Hi everyone, welcome back to the crochet skirt series. This is part 2. In this video we're going to make the waistband. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I'd recommend going back and watching that first because I go through sizing, materials and this whole skirt and how it's constructed so you know what to expect. The waistband is indeed the foundation of your skirt, so getting this part right is really important, but don't worry, I'm going to guide you through it step by step. You can make your waistband as thick as you like. I've worked about 5 rows, but feel free to adjust it depending on your preference. So I am a UK size 8, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 134 chains. Just secured my yarn. Please ensure that this chained base fits around your waist. The thing is, we are going to end up making the mesh part a little bit bigger, but it needs to fit over our hips, and obviously our bodies are designed so uniquely, so ensure that this fits over your legs, over your hips, over your backside and onto your waist. What we're going to do is, when we've got the right number of chains and the length okay, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first chain space, and we are going to go ahead and chain 2, and we are going to just double crochet around all of the chains like this. So this is the first row of our waistband. And you should have the exact number of double crochets as the chains that you had. If you're following along, then please pause here because I am going to speed up the rest of the video, or you're going to see like 30 minutes of me just doing double crochets. So just to recap, we're simply double crocheting around all of the chains. One thing I do want to point out is please make sure your band is not twisted when you get to the end, because otherwise you're just going to have to start all over again. So let me show you what I mean by that. As you can see here, like I've got a few twists in here because I've been straightening out the band. So just ensure that you are keeping the band straight. It does not matter if you've got a couple of twists in your base chain space. I'm just doing one more last check to make sure that my base chain is straight. And when we reach the end, we're simply just gonna slip stitch into that first chain like that. So you should have a nice secure band. Now we are gonna chain 2 and we are going to double crochet. Your first double crochet always counts as 2. We're gonna skip a stitch and we're gonna do 2 double crochets in the next 2 chains like that. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next 2 chains, and we're going to carry that on all the way around. The reason why we're leaving these holes is because we're going to feed our drawstring through these spaces here. Now, if you don't want to use drawstring, you want to use elastic, you are not going to skip any chains. You're just going to double crochet. You're going to do about 5 rows of double crochets. I have got another video up on how to add elastic to a waistband, so go and check that out if you're interested. But I am simply going to add a drawstring into this skirt. So I am doing 2 double crochets, a chain 1, skip a stitch, 2 double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, 2 double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, 2 double crochet, and I'm going to do that all the way around like that. So you've got quite visible holes here, and that's what we're going to feed our belt into. So I'm going to crack on and do this. And as always, if you're following along with me, you must pause here, and I'm going to come back for round 3 and tell you what to do next. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch into the start of that next row. Your work should be looking something like this. And what we're going to do next is we're going to chain 2, and we are going to simply double crochet around the entire waistband. So you see the holes that we left, we're going to casually just double crochet into it as if nothing happened, and then obviously a double crochet on top of the first double crochet, a double crochet on top of the second double crochet, a double crochet into that space, and we are going to literally carry that on all the way around. I am going to do 5 rows in total for my waistband. If you don't want to do 5 rows, you can stop here. You can stop after the 3rd row and move on to the next video that I'm going to upload for the mesh section of the skirt. But I want quite a thick, pronounced waistband. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on finishing off this round, and I'm going to come back at the end and show you what a 5-row waistband looks like, so you can decide what you want to do for your piece. Feel free to improvise on this pattern, add, adjust, increase rows, remove rows as you please. This is your piece of work that you're going to be wearing, so tailor it to how you wish. Like that. There. So I'm going to have the drawstring there, and then I've got a little bit more of a waistband left in my skirt. So I'm going to crack on, finish this row, then I'll come back and show you what I've got. Now I'm just finishing up row 3, and this is what my band is looking like. I am going to go ahead and add another 2 rows of just double crochets. This. I'm going to crack on off camera and then I'll come back and show you what the fire rose looks like. I'm just finishing up my waistband. I'm just going to slip stitch into the first space there. And there we go. That is the foundation of my skirt. Once you're happy with the thickness or the thinness of your waistband, we're ready to move on to the next section of the skirt, which is this beautiful mesh panel. This is where the design starts to really open up and you'll see the patterns come together. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to crochet this mesh panel step by step. So I'll meet you in that next video. But as always, please like, comment and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to, but it means the absolute world to me.